Put on the candles.
Huh?
Rest into your bath. It's time. It's your time. It's your hour of the day. Hour of the week. It's the Patreon podcast.
$1.25.
$1.25. Best money you've ever spent.
listening.
At the moment, we have a guest with us with another soothing voice, Joe Bartnick. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Light hits here on
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Jim Jeffrey.
We've had a few callers come in, and Jenny, she wants to tell you, Michael, that she still loves you and she's sorry.
Is she requesting, requesting air supply?
Yeah, those ones those radio shows where they request the song, and it's always some like, yes, Tiffany, Michael's so sorry he slapped you around. He feels just dreadful. Here's Brian Adams. Anything I do for you.
Yeah, hope you're listening, because if you're not, then you're not going to hear this
Well,
request.
also the thing is, because that was a big thing all around the world. It's like you'd have to, you'd ring up the girl like this. You go, I'm sorry. Listen to love requests. The music says more than I can.
Casey Kasem.
Casey,
Yeah.
Remember the long distance dedication? You ever hear the tape where he snaps?
What?
You ever hear the tape when he snaps?
No.
He was like, why do you give me this shit? I can't be reading. He just freaked out his producer. It was hilarious. If you Google like Casey Kasem forgets, hilarious.
He had like a sort of a woman at the end that sort of cut him off from his children when he was getting dementia, and she took all the money and stuff. It ended quite sad.
There's a really sad one of those infomercials that are commercials for some kind of disease where the guy looks like a little miniature Casey Kasem. You know what I'm talking about? I'm out of my mind. Maybe I'm eating too many edibles at night.
He looks like Casey Kasem.
Yeah, he does.
It was
It's
medical.
crazy.
He looks like the new episode of Mandalorian.
He looks like the cartoon Casey Kasem. You know, like they used to have a little cartoon of Casey Kasem when he'd be on like Scooby-Doo meets Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
I think I have the tape.
Yeah, there's multiple.
There
There's
we
one
go.
from 2008 and one from 2011.
Well, play it.
The countdown will begin this Sunday afternoon at 1, right here on the radio station you grew up with, Music Radio 138. Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on here? Oh, geez, well, isn't it the last hour? We got another hour to do? Geez, I thought we were almost finished. Good golly, Miss Molly. Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man. Fucking ponderous. Hi, this is Casey Kasem. American Top 40 has moved to a new time. I hope you'll join me this Saturday morning and every Saturday morning at 2. Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. I'm coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
That's so great, because first of all, it's his voice. Like, hey, I'm Casey Kasem.
Yeah, and he's it's just him swearing is out of character.
Well, at the beginning, he's like, all right, gosh darn it. He's like, he went swearing, then he's like, all right, gosh jiggity darn.
Another fucking hour.
Yeah, but then when he ramps it up, he's done. So,
See if you can find me Alan Jones, the same thing. Alan Jones bloopers or freaking out. There's an Australian guy.
I think we played this one time.
Oh,
You
that's
can hear
the
it
one.
again. Yeah.
He's
Alan Jones at his most controversial?
No, that'll just be him saying things about Aboriginals. It'll
The A word.
It'll be good listening, but he's Australia's Rush Limbaugh, right? He's like,
I know he's dead.
Oh yeah, Rush is dead. Yeah.
Blooper?
Yeah, let's see if we got it. Like they click these things up for the Christmas party.
There's something called a tribute to Alan Jones. I assume that won't be.
No. Keep finding. It's him just swearing a lot.
What were you, right before we started recording the Patreon, you were saying something about, we just did a hockey episode with Joe, and wasn't there something?
We were talking
Oh
about
yeah,
Joe's
and then you
weight.
said, "Wait, let's start."
Yeah,
and
Me and Joe were comparing perfect weights.
no, right before this one, he was about to start talking, and then you go, "Let's start," and he said, "I'm sorry."
Oh, we were talking about the hats. We were talking about the hats, the hat trick.
Oh,
they
yeah,
throw
yeah.
them.
Aaron, our great producer, said we should have talked about how they throw the hats on the ice.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, because I learned this, you know how we say the Mad Hatter? He's a Mad
yeah.
Hatter. You know why they're Mad Hatters?
I
Because
do.
to make the bend in the hats, they used to use mercury.
Yeah.
And mercury makes you go crazy.
Yeah, Mercury in the hats.
Okay.
So he was insane.
I thought it was a cocky
also,
thing.
he's just a cartoon, wasn't he?
The Mad Hatter?
Yeah.
I have a
don't
Mad
know.
Hatter
But he was
tattoo.
based on like the hat people. Yeah,
You
would go
do?
insane.
I do.
That's great.
Really? Where's that one?
I have like a whole Alice in Wonderland type sleeve, but it's like everything is a little different than the actual cartoon. So this is actually the Cheshire Cat in the Mad Hatter hat with a bunch of mushrooms around it.
Are you still searching, Jack?
I found something.
What did you find?
Alan Jones's most controversial comments. I don't know.
Again.
All
Never.
right,
We'll try it. We'll
You're wearing a big sweatshirt, though, so we can't see your tattoo.
No, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
I have 28. I think.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But who's counting?
You got a lot.
I actually like tried to count them recently because I lost count.
You did one on this podcast. We
Yeah.
did an episode on tattoos,
Oh my God.
and we had
Let's see if I can.
Pony Lawson was our expert, and he tatted
Whoa.
her up during
He
that
gave me
during
a little rose.
during the
Oh,
episode.
that's a nice rose.
During the
That's a nice-
episode, he did it, and then she tattooed him, and it was not good.
Yes,
what did
it
you write on
was.
there?
I tattooed cunt on him.
Yeah,
and
but
it
it
looked
was
great.
Here we go.
Like a child wrote
I'll
it.
send you a
Liar.
link. I've got something here, Jack.
Okay.
I've got something.
Okay.
You wrote cunt on him where?
On his ankle.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like a gay.
I wrote cunt right over a tattoo he already had that said shithead or something like that.
Yeah, he's a tattoo artist, so he's just
Yeah.
got parts of his body that
His
are like
entire
Post-it
body's
notes.
like
yeah,
that.
just scribble that out. We'll just do another one.
like an extra sketch or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
and
just,
shake it.
you just
Goes
write whatever
away.
you want on my leg. It's just like
Oh
scrap
yeah, he
paper.
wanted me to do it.
Yeah, and
I'm
Jim
like,
refused.
I don't want to. I don't want to
You
make.
don't like the blood.
I don't like the blood. I also don't want to shove a needle into someone's skin.
Yeah.
And also, my handwriting's appalling.
I want
Yeah.
to get it.
And you might
Yeah.
misspell cunt.
No.
That one he's got down.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. So we what we
I've,
got.
I've only
So
said that
catch
word once on stage.
Well,
Got to catch a plane
Off
at 10
stage.
o'clock to raise fucking money for charity, and I've got these people here sticking stuff up my bloody nose and my ass.
Hey now.
Is that all it was?
It's not like a party.
You said me.
Oh, okay, no. I'll find it for another.
What? Broke up what? Jesus, I hope someone understands how fucking irritated I am by this.
No, we're not going to get it.
all right.
But he's an interesting character because he's like the Rush Limbaugh of Australia, but he's widely known to be homosexual. But all the right-wing blokes like my dad fucking love him, and they don't acknowledge that he's gay. They're just like this, oh, no, Alan just hasn't found the right lady. 'Cause Alan's like an
79.
extreme right-wing fucking goes for it cunt, right?
How old is he now?
He used to...
Oh, yeah, 70s. Hasn't found the right lady yet?
Yeah.
He's still looking.
He used to be the coach of the Wallabies, like our national rugby league team and all that type of stuff. But there's like... He's an interesting fella, but if we don't have the footage, I'm just talking. I'm like an old lady on a bus talking about relatives you don't know.
That's great though. No, I love the old like he just hasn't found the right woman. Like when you couldn't say like somebody's gay, like oh he's a song and dance man.
Oh, there's another bloke, and so I'm gonna have to use the word allegedly here, right? But there was a bloke called Paul Keating who was our prime minister for many years, right? He was the prime, and he had a wife who was a flight attendant. Anyway, he's meant to be gay, right? But I don't care either way. Who cares? Right? Who cares? But the old blokes at my dad's bowling club, they're adamant. They're like, you know what he is, don't you? You know what he is. Oh, let me get a guess. What you might think.
I've never been married. I'm not gay.
You
Yeah,
ever found the right woman.
Yeah, but at least you've been seen with a lot of the wrong women. Alan hasn't even been seen with the wrong women.
He doesn't have any beards.
No.
He's not even trying. He's not even pretending.
I think Alan.
I think
You might get married. If I was to put money
Me?
on it, yeah, you'll get married one day.
All right.
You will.
I don't wish that on you,
Googled
Forrest. I like you.
Forrest Shaw girlfriend, and then Lisa comes up, of course. But she's a public figure as well, and that's the only person that comes up. She's a comedian. Now she's dating an astronaut. So
And did he get the moon job? Because they just announced the moon landers.
He's... No,
Have you noticed? Sorry, this is the truth, right? So Forrest's girlfriend broke up with him because they had a long distance relationship. She was living in Florida, he lived in LA, and then she started dating a guy on a space station.
Hold on. Let me give you even better for. So Lisa, I don't know if you know Lisa Correa. She's a comedian. I don't know if you ever met her, but she's. I
heard she dates an astronaut.
Yeah. She's out of this.
So when we were dating, she's well into the nerd world, the comic book world stuff. So she gets hired to do a lot of Comic Cons all around the country, and she'll host panels. Like when you go to Comic-Con and we have the people from SpongeBob, but she hosts a lot of those in addition to doing stand-up. But she'll have her own booth where people will come up and be like, oh, I saw you perform that, or we sang this panel, whatever. And so there was one Comic-Con when I was there just hanging out with her, and I forget what city we're in. And she goes, I got to go do these panels now. Can you just stay in my booth if anyone needs any information? I'm like, sure. So I'm in the booth. And this guy, Joe, the astronaut that's dating, at the time, he had his own booth. He's signing autographs as an astronaut, And he came up and starts asking me questions about Lisa. See, that's who he's dating now. It was like, hey, do you know when she's going to be back? And I was like, is this guy hitting on my... Fucking hey, he's an astronaut.
Right
but I mean, Lisa, there was never anything like that when we were dating. But she told him, I have a boyfriend, this and that. But he was coming... hitting on her to me while I was working the booth. And I was like,
couldn't an astronaut just undercut the boyfriend?
Of course, yeah.
A land dweller, I assume?
So anyways.
He's a marine biologist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I drive a Jetta. Well, I drive the space shuttle.
So Lisa and I, we tried, and we're still very close.
Has his cum ever floated up to his face? Because mine has.
He knows how to eat tang.
We're still close. We still talk a lot, right? I'm friends with her parents. We're still friends, So I talked to her a lot. And so after we had broke up, that's that moment where you're don't really talk about what you're doing in your dating life. But then there was a moment oh, you seen anybody? And she's like, yeah, you remember Joe the astronaut? I was like, you fucking kidding me?
What you should have done is
astronaut.
So
many of them.
I don't think I've ever met an astronaut.
Didn't they sort of shut down funding for NASA?
It's not like Joe the plumber. It's Joe the astronaut.
Yeah. And he's the only Puerto Rican born astronaut in history too. So
he's Jose the astronaut.
But he's not going. He's not going to the moon, but he's
a hack. Fuck him if he's not going to the moon.
He's the maintenance guy on the shuttle.
Is he that third bloke that was with Armstrong and Aldrin?
Yeah. It's like I'm talking him up now because no, he's great.
A really nice guy too.
Yeah, because he has. I know he has been. He's gone to the space station.
I know your ex-girlfriend. She's pretty enough to shag a bloke who can go to the moon.
Yeah.
You don't have to settle for one of these guys who just floats around a bit.
She did tell me that she did a stand-up show for them when he was on the space station and the other people, and so she got broadcast to the space station doing stand-up just alone in a room. I'm sure it was like
a Zoom show.
Zoom comedy.
It was like Zoom.
Yeah, I know a lot.
It had to go through Houston. Had to go through Mission Control to get there. And
I know a bit about the stand-up, and that gig wouldn't have gone well.
Oh no.
The only good thing is that no one could walk because they're in that little room. What are you floating away for?
It's a 2 dried ice cream minimum. Whatever. No, because we have a text there. It's me and her and Dave Williamson, who I do the other podcast with, and Al Jackson, all the people that we started with in South Florida, and all of us were like, we need to see that footage. And she's like, you're absolutely not seeing that footage because it's got to be just some astronauts floating there. You're like, hey, so it's cold up there, huh? Anyways, where are you guys from?
Yeah, well, what do you do for a living?
You married? I'm dating you.
Okay, if you had to do a set, 2 astronauts, all of my jokes would be floating cum related. I'm seriously, because that's going to get the biggest laughs. The people in Houston are going to enjoy it. Where do you knock one off? That's the first question.
Right.
Hey everyone, my name is Jim Jeffries. Say hello to the space station. Where do you knock one out? You'll get a little titter there.
Yeah, there's probably a jerk off room.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those rockets are pretty small, man.
Yeah.
I just have to do it in a sock.
Yeah.
That's where
Everyone
it
just
is.
has to turn
If you're
around
a
at the same
female
time.
astronaut, it's all right because not as much mess. Unless you're a squirter. Oh, if you're a squirter astronaut, that's gonna make things malfunction.
Yeah.
That's gonna get into the fucking machinery.
Well, those suits are probably waterproof.
No, but you have to. You can't. Your hands inside
Yeah,
the
you do
pocket.
it inside the.
You don't just leave the arms dangling. You leave the arms dangling. You go down and flick your bean like that.
I think you do.
No, it's the same.
Yeah, you got to tuck your arm in like this.
Yeah, but this is on the space station. They're not on the moon masturbating, Joe. They're in a space station.
you get-
They still have shits. They're not shitting inside their suits. There are
Yeah,
moments when they
Oh.
go to
You
the
take-
bathroom.
you take-
Oh, there's
suits off.
rooms in the space
Take
station?
the suit. I don't know enough about it, but
they
yeah.
shower and all that type of stuff.
Bring that guy in next week. I want to watch that episode.
all the masturbating. All the
I've never really talked to him.
let's
Except for when he's.
I already feel uncomfortable.
Let's
That's what we have to do.
Let's bring that guy on the show and make his speciality Lisa. Right? We don't even talk about the moon base.
You know what? He still works for NASA, so I guarantee it wouldn't be. You know, when we try to get experts on here, and like, no.
No, but the good thing would be is like you'd be very apt at writing the questions. What position does?
Oh no.
I won't say because Lisa's mum is a big fan
Yeah,
of mine.
Lisa loves you too.
I
yeah.
love Lisa as well.
Yeah, she's the
Yeah,
best.
Lisa's mom is one of Jim's biggest fans, and she loves you. Yeah, and you wouldn't even think that she'd fit in your fan base. You know?
Forrest
She's
has
a little-
impeccable taste
she
in
had a
women.
lot of lipstick on one time, and she kissed me right here, and it was a big lipstick. And then Kate, when we were still together, she FaceTimed me, and I had that lipstick, and I was in trouble. I was like, no, it's just... I had to
Forrest's
chase it
girlfriend's
down.
mom.
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds
Forrest's
kinky.
girlfriend's mom.
Yeah, that same gig, Lisa wasn't there because she just came backstage. Barbara, she came backstage and had a couple drinks. with her.
Barbara's such a mom.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Barbara.
She's the best. And so she sat in the audience, and I remember Lisa said, don't do that joke. I used to do the joke about the towels and wiping her girlfriend's stomach off. It was an environmental joke, but wrapped in a cum towel joke. And she goes, make sure you don't do any towel, because it says you're wiping your girlfriend's stomach off. That's what I say. It's like the punchline. And I was in the middle of the joke, and I was like, oh, I can't stop it. And we were in that arena, and I was like, I can't stop this joke. Now I can be like, I just put the brakes on. I'm like, oh, just do it. And I do it, and I laugh, and I get off stage.
Why
I
don't
call
you
Lisa.
change it to prostitute? You're wiping the prostitute's stomach off.
It's not as fun. Well, because that's
That
what
would've got
Pay them
you.
to wipe their own stomach.
And then you're like, honey, I fixed the joke. I'm sure your mother will be happy.
No, so then I even after the joke I go, that was great. I just did that joke, and my girlfriend's mother Barbara's here. I was like that. Laughter. I get off stage. I call Lisa. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I told the joke in front of everyone. She goes, I can't believe you did that. Whatever. And then she talks to her mom afterwards. She goes, he said my name from stage. That's all she cared about. She didn't care about
That
any of the other
happened with
shit.
Derek,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The first time I
Yeah.
met Derek, we're at the O2. One of the biggest gigs of my career. It was the first time I met my in-laws, right?
That's a good one to have.
And I did an anal sex joke, and I pointed at him and I said, oh, I shagged your daughter up there, like this, right? And afterwards he was like, it was brilliant.
I like in your last special when you referred to him as very
Oh,
funny. That was an improv too.
I always acknowledge when they're in the room, and the audience gets tense because you're talking about having sex with someone's daughter who's in the room. But because my wife is Indian, right? And so when I go, my in-laws are there. My in-laws are in the audience like this. There was like this Indian couple just sitting there, and everyone was going pointing at us. And they're like, it's not us. We're just the two other Indians here.
It's so much better though at the O2 Arena, When I'm talking about banging my wife at a coffee shop.
Yeah, they forgive you a bit more. They just go, oh, he'll provide. That's what he wants.
Yeah, he's not a lot of tickets.
But I think I've told this already, but I'll tell it to Joe, right? So my father-in-law is named Derek, right? He's culturally completely British. He's Cockney sort of fella, but Indian descent, right? So my dad and Derek were going to meet each other at Christmas, right? The big thing. So I go to my dad. We're driving up to the house, and Dad goes like this, what's your father-in-law's name? And I said, Derek. And he went, right, Daruk. And I went, stop trying to make it Indian, Dad. It's just regular Derek. And then he meets him. I've got this. Hello, Eric.
And then he called him another name.
He calls him Terry, so we call him Terry and Eric.
Yeah, that's the wrong names.
They don't even change it.
Oh fuck! I just fucked up my neck.
What happened? What happened?
I just did this and fucked up my neck.
You moved it. Yeah. You're not going to space, Forrest. I'll tell you something.
As an experiment, I could. We need to see if people that are morbidly obese can survive.
It might actually improve your spine because everything will be lifted. And
What's wrong with my spine?
I'm just saying your neck because all your joints will get a bit of something in them. You'll feel like
losing weight helped my back 100%.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
say.
have bad back issues.
Well, I just had surgery a couple months ago. Yeah,
from all the hockey.
Right, this is a hot take.
What?
Losing weight. Losing weight had health benefits. You wouldn't believe it. You don't say. I lost weight. I moved slightly faster.
I still move slow.
You move all right. What are you doing?
No, I mean I can't move fast.
You don't move a lot on stage. You're not a big stage moving.
I don't move fast. I do move around. The bigger the I do like walking around the stage.
Well, you walk around, but I used to run to do things. And I wasn't Dane Cook active, but I was very active on stage. And now I tell this John Cleese story, and so I ran to my car, and I've noticed I can't run in front of people anymore. It's too embarrassing. I sort of run across the stage, and everyone's like, "Oh no, I've lost that gear." On stage.
We did a gig at the Bourbon Room, remember, together, and then after you were done, you went to the back of the room and watched me, and you said like, "I never see you because I'm
always in the wings.
You're in the wings, whatever." But you said I shuffle or something.
Yeah, he has a funny shuffle. Forrest tells a joke and goes.
I do.
He does do that.
What am I doing? I go like this.
And then he goes this. He goes. Yeah, right. He does a little thing, and that sells the joke a little bit.
Oh yeah. That's my act out. I'm just like
I do this at the end of the joke. And then Slav sticks his tongue out.
Yeah. He's not a professional comedian. But
but he could be. He's coming along.
Slav.
We have this security guy who's called Slav. He's from Poland.
Right. We're with him right now.
Yeah, we're with him right now. And he's also security for UFC fighters, so he can handle himself pretty well.
Sure.
But he likes to tell a joke. And when he finishes the joke, when he finishes the punchline, he sticks his tongue out. That's how you know he's finished the joke. And so it's like, anyway, so they never found her body.
I don't even remember him telling a joke.
Oh, he's gotten wisecracking.
Oh, really?
He's all over it. Yeah,
he's comfortable now.
He's got gags now.
Okay, I can't wait. Or I'm experiencing them now.
Skits?
Not skits. He's not skit.
No, that's what always what people who aren't comics always take. I like the little skit up
skits,
there.
Yeah. How do you remember your skits? That's what they always say.
You should put that in one of your skits.
I say them every day, over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose weight, just so everybody knows.
Eventually,
you guys are gonna have
you're
a
going to
trainer
space
on
to
tour.
up that dude, Joe.
That's over.
Okay, but
That's a funny buddy
Slav
move.
is offered to personal train you.
Yeah.
I know, but I need more than the time we're gonna be in Europe.
No,
Yeah, but that's a good start.
It'll be perfect
ready
right
to
after
do
this
that.
trip.
The last thing you want to do is go to Europe and try to get in shape. You want to eat and drink your way across the continent.
I'll still eat. Yeah, have some drinks.
Here's the thing: is you never lose weight when you eat and drink.
Yeah, but I'll get in Lizzo shape. You know.
What shape is that? A blob?
Well, no, but I would say
We were talking about this the other day.
She's
Like
definitely in
We're
shape.
all thinking it, Joe. Bloody hell.
no, but she's
just
more.
say it out loud.
Someone paid $1.25 for this, Jim.
We were talking about this the other day because she's more in shape than most people who
I would
talk
think
shit.
so.
Like
Because she's dancing for
dancing
like hours.
and singing is so fucking
Who's this?
hard.
Yeah.
Lizzo. Like
Have you seen her in
cardiovascularly.
Mandalorian?
Yeah, I saw her.
Oh, I didn't like that. That took me out of the show.
Well, Jack Black and her.
Lizzo and Jack Black. And then they had Christopher Lloyd, but Christopher Lloyd's one made sense.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd was good.
But Jack Black and Lizzo, it was like
What were they?
like they're just a couple of people who live
they
in
run
like
this planet.
They run a planet. They're like a king and queen, and they sort of sit around, but they're very cartoonish.
Oh, so
And
they're like a couple?
They're like a couple.
I didn't mind Jack Black because Jack Black's a good actor, but I feel like Lizzo
pretend like he's
wasn't
banging
really good.
Lizzo?
Actor.
She's
Oh
not
my
an
God.
actress, so it's like why?
Yeah,
squeeze-
Jack Black banging Lizzo. That's
a bad planet there.
I don't know.
That's not in my solar system.
That's going to
A lot of
make
singing
some
on that
seismic movement.
Well, my point is I believe that she's in better shape than me, even if she's heavy. Like she's in shape because
She plays the flute, she's
she has
vegan.
to work out. She has to dance. Yeah, she dances.
How's
around
she
the-
that big as a vegan though?
Plenty of vegans, I feel like.
A lot of
that are not in
corn.
shape.
You
Yeah.
can't. You
still
can't.
eat sugar.
Look, I know I've gotten in trouble for a lot of jokes, but talking about Lizzo is one that will get me in trouble. I just know.
You can still get big if you eat sugar.
But yeah, a lot of vegans are fat because
Sometimes
they
it's-
can't find regular food to eat, so they eat like candy bars.
Yeah, but I also think that like vegan cheese and vegan meat's shit for you. It's no good. It's filled with
It's all no
crap.
good for
it's
you.
Filled with chemicals.
At some
to
point,
make
you
it.
need to eat protein to live a life.
Yeah, well, you'd think that.
I like you were saying live and then a life like it was quality.
Yeah.
like-
No, I mean, yeah, you need to support your bones and structure and have a little meat on your bones. You can't be like a 30-mile-an-hour breeze is going to knock you over because you had like fake meat.
You're talking about my wife here. No, she's easy to knock
Preacher
over.
Lawson's vegan. He's ripped.
He is right.
He is vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he must.
Loudly vegan.
What? Oh, he yells about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know Preacher Lawson? Comedian?
I've heard of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he is ripped.
Yeah.
Well, we got to ask him what he does. Probably works out a lot.
He does. Yeah.
A lot of mushrooms, like actual mushrooms.
Oh, I thought you meant like psychedelic.
There's a lot of protein.
'Cause that's what I was going to take.
and
I was going to take
lentil.
ayahuasca and then
Go find yourself.
Yeah.
in
Then I'll
Europe.
lose my weight. I'll be like,
I
how
don't
do
know
I
if I
lose
want
it?
to take ayahuasca. You vomit and then you feel one. I will do it. I know me.
You will?
Yeah, one day I'll.
I
do
wanna-
All right.
I wanna
Let's
do
do it
it.
together. Let's do it together.
Or I might need a friend.
Tommy knows a guy. Tommy's done
Yeah.
it.
Tommy's done it.
And
Tommy's done ayahuasca?
He's the most
Tommy's
evolved.
the crystal guy.
He's the most
like
evolved human I've ever met.
Tommy's personality. All of the things separately. Like if you would never assume that they go together. Like
ayahuasca.
he's got so many random.
He has a
interests.
few hippiness to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's a right wing
He's
hippie.
a,
He's a
friend of
right-wing
ours,
hippie.
but he was a producer on Jim's show, and he's a Jersey guy. But you don't have to ask if he's from Jersey. You'll know he's from
Yeah.
Jersey when he talks to you. When he's moved to Vegas, he's way more Jersey now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then now in Vegas, he's like,
he doesn't
"Hey."
have a filter.
Yeah.
But I love the guy.
No.
Yeah, we
I'm
do a
like-
podcast.
I'm
with
not
him.
good on natural psychedelics, but I did microdose, and that was really cool the other day.
Well,
I was like, I like regular LSD
mushrooms?
usually. Yeah, it's a microdose of
I
yeah.
love the
I just started
Yeah,
ketamine
the
therapy.
microdosing though, it literally it was so smooth. It was like I don't
Yeah.
do my joke. It was just so smooth.
You just started ketamine therapy?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
horse tranquilizer.
I know, but what's the therapy of that?
It stops the horse from doing things.
She was
I just
assaulted
go
by
to
a horse.
sleep.
Mr. Ed.
Kelly just lays on the ground. rolls
there is
around.
laying involved.
Therapy.
That was the first thing I looked. That's the first thing I saw on the internet. Was a woman that's making a horse happy, and I'm like,
That was the first thing you saw?
That's the first thing I saw.
Wait, the first time you logged on the internet?
No, the first time
I like how you're like you're like you're churching it up now. She was making a horse happy. You know what I mean?
Well, she's sucking
It wasn't
that
because
horse's
he
dick.
searched
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
And then she no, a guy came in. I worked at the Punchline in the day, answering phones. The guy came in. You got to see this. It was a computer, and it was a chick blowing a horse. And she turned around and threw up all the cum. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get one of these things.
the horse or the computer?
Both.
The woman.
I did the woman.
a horse comes swallow it.
Yeah, it's better than a chick with a shovel. And then no, the first things I Googled was so funny, so me, right? Like the first 100 things I Googled when my roommate got a computer was like Mary Lemieux's 100 best goals. It took me like 3 hours before I got to sex.
She saw the horse come and then
Well, the
Wait.
sex took a while. Like we were doing it on LimeWire and all that type of stuff before Pornhub. Incidentally, we have had an inquiry. Pornhub have reached out to me to bring on someone of their executives or something as a guest on the show.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
For porn?
But you know everything already
We
about
already
Pornhub.
did. We did a porn episode.
We did a porn episode with a porn star, but that's not one about how the business.
yeah, the
the
business,
Porn
not-
business.
Yeah,
porn
like we
business.
wouldn't be a porn star. It would be a guy that's
Yeah, we
just
had
like.
Lexi Luna for
So you
porn.
got to get a camera. That's it.
Hey, you need some people willing to fuck.
I'll show you the message. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. You got to send it to Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we were saying so
What?
the ketamine.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I do it. I'm doing it through Mind Bloom, which is a company that will send you the medicine. You can do it at home. So Jack was like my peer monitor when I did my first session. And
Wait, someone has to monitor you?
I have to check every 15 minutes to make sure she's still breathing.
No, it's
then
it's not that serious.
That's how all the Jack States go down.
Still alive. Good. All right. All right. You just haven't laughed or anything, so I wasn't sure.
Then what happens if she's not? Do you do CPR?
They used to call this job Cosby's butler.
But anyway, ketamine increases your neuroplasticity, which can help you kind of like reframe your brain work. So if you have anxiety or depression, it will suppress the like ego ego part of your brain that is the one who puts up all these walls and defense mechanisms and stuff like that, and kind of let you live in your subconscious, so it helps you heal those types of ailments. And so everybody that I know a number of people who have done it. Brian Olson has done ketamine therapy, and he said it was life-changing. So I just did my first session, but I have 6 of them. So
Do you feel any different?
the first one, it was just like an introductory dose to see how people handle it. So I've done mushrooms a ton of times, and I have a high tolerance, so I didn't really feel anything, but they upped my dose. So I'm going to do it again on set. I do it once a week for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Because I was telling you, I've done a lot of ketamine in my life, so I feel like I could just get into the first.
Yeah.
Good dose.
And he's sound of mind.
5.
He's got mental health on the lockdown.
Yeah. People study me from mental health, my physical health. I mean, my health in general is pretty good.
Yeah, I bet you that astronaut's never done that amount of ketamine.
Yeah, they probably test for that.
Oh, I'm sure. They probably get
Ketamine's like
spinal
not,
tap.
It doesn't show up in
They
the
should
panels.
take me
in
into
the drug
space
panels.
just to see the effects of edibles in space. I'd do that. I'm
Yeah.
offering that up to
They already
NASA.
they already put chimps in space, right?
Exactly.
I would do drugs
I'm only
in
a
space.
step above.
Right, exactly.
I'd be like the movie Armageddon, where they're just like, they'll make it.
Oh, and then before you go up, you're like, I never want to pay taxes again. Demands.
One of the biggest, like this before I was a comic, was watching the movie Armageddon, right? It's like, so I went into the movie. Armageddon?
Yeah, Armageddon.
Okay, I was at university in Perth. I was about 19. And I go into the movie theater and we watch Armageddon. And when when you come into the movies and it's daytime and then you leave and it's nighttime and it throws you off a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's like time traveling.
Yeah. So we go in there and we're watching the movie and then like the meteorite's about to hit the earth and they're about to explode and then the screen goes down like this, right?
Yeah.
And then all we hear in the outside, it turned out that Perth was having one of the biggest thunderstorms in its history, and it all happened whilst we were in the movies. When we went in, it was like fucking, and I opened the door up, it was flashing, and I went, they're coming, everyone! They're meteorite, like that, I'd killed. I remember thinking, this is all right, this.
That happened to me in Unbreakable, that M. Night Shyamalan movie with Bruce Willis as a security guard, and he's like, and they bring him back for the movies.
Yeah.
But I think it was like ketamine. We were on some drugs. We went there on drugs, and then the movie shut down, and we were all like on so many drugs. We were like, is that how the movie's supposed to end? Because it was like right at the pivotal scene at the end, and then we all had to shuffle down the staircase with a bunch of other people, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's ketamine. I don't remember. I did a lot of drugs. Sound mind, sound body. But Jack, do you have anything?
That weird thing where when you get into drugs and you're like, we have to see this movie on drugs. I remember The Phantom Menace came out. I was at university as well, and like I saw it, but we have to see it on ecstasy because that's when I was into ecstasy. If we don't see it on ecstasy, we haven't seen the special effects. I mean, they've spent $200 million in this fucking film, and I have to take drugs to enjoy it. That's when I was like,
I saw Oh Brother Where Art Thou on ecstasy for some reason.
No, that's the wrong combo.
Yeah. It's always good to watch that Schindler's List whilst you're pilling.
Well, it was a Coen Brothers movie, but I remember enjoying it, but I was like, don't need to be on ecstasy for this.
Was that the one with George Clooney?
Yeah, and they sing the song.
My friend just posted an Instagram story earlier. He's a singer, and he had to record a version of that song. And I was just saying, I used to be obsessed with that song in high
Man
school.
of Constant Sorrow.
Yeah, it's weird that you brought that
I really
song.
like it, but I think it's because it's ecstasy. I'm like, man, the soundtrack was amazing.
The song is like a warm hug.
All right, Jack, what do you got for us, mate?
I don't know if we have to. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's a brief one.
Okay.
We did this once before. It's called Complete Jim's Quotes.
Okay.
So here's the first one. Nobody cares that you're smart, and nobody cares that.
No.
Wait, who's completing it? Jim? Or
Yeah.
Anyone can complete it if you know
No
the
one
quote.
cares that you're smart.
This is from a special?
I'm not sure where these are
No
from.
one cares that you're smart, and no one cares that you. Is that when if you're dumb and your wife's dumb, then your kid's dumb? Was it that routine?
I think it's from that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how it
How's it go?
goes.
So it goes, nobody cares that you're smart, and nobody cares that your kids don't have bruises.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Way different joke.
Yeah, but I was the same thing. I go, I like dumb people, right? I'll take a nice dumb person over a smart asshole. And then it's like dumb people are always, and then it's like something about how smart people, their lives together. No one cares you're smart and that your kids don't have bruises. All right. Makes sense.
I could never be gay. I could never be gay because I.
Oh, I know this one.
This is my joke, is
Because
it?
you respect.
I could
Right,
never
everything.
fuck something I respect.
Yep, that's it. Ding, ding, ding.
Is that your joke, Bartnick?
No, my joke is I have hemorrhoids and sharp teeth.
That's good too.
You guys should have talked about hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
around that time.
I'm a hemorrhoid guy.
Oh, really?
How's the surgery going?
I'm all right. I've had them banded. I'm at my peak.
The hemorrhoid
asshole?
season.
Yeah, I'm at.
Pollen's out.
No, I've still got a hemorrhoid, but I'm enjoying pooing at the moment. It's relaxing to me. I'm like this. This is the best my asshole's been in 3 years. Right now. So if you see me walking down the street, you can come up and compliment me.
You seem to be walking with an easier gait, Jim.
I'm a spring in your step.
If you see me and go, I want to say something to him, go, I'm glad your hemorrhoids are a lot better. And then I know you listen to the Patreon. I'll give you a hug if you do that.
For the record, I've had a couple in my life, but I'm not. It's not an epidemic.
level.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I know it gets bad on people, man.
Oh, baby.
It's got to be horrible.
My
dirty.
guy's just like, we'll just keep rubber banding him. We'll just keep pushing
Yeah, they
back.
put little rubber bands on him and kill him.
Yeah, I get rubber bands and then they swell up. It really, that first day of the rubber band is no good. That's not a
I
good
wouldn't
day.
imagine it is.
No, not a
Yeah,
fun
just
day.
talking. I can't even sit.
Not a fun
sit
day.
still. All right, Jack.
The guy in
Anyway.
space.
I don't think that guy
He
makes.
would-
I
he
don't
would
think that
know.
guy makes enough money.
There we go. Also, hemorrhoids in
He's gonna
space.
be on our podcast.
NASA, there is so much shit for me to do. That
They
you
need to study you.
Yeah. Throw me up in space and see what it does to hemorrhoids.
Edibles and hemorrhoids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two.
Another
quotes.
use for rubber bands, though. I never knew.
Yeah.
It's the same ones they put on the braces. Those little
Oh, really?
I don't know if they're the same
ones. They rinse them off.
Yeah.
I always see that like
Yeah, this was from a 14-year-old girl, and they put it on your
like to really cut down on drugs, they got to get to that plastic bag company who makes the Ziploc for a gram.
Yeah.
Because that Ziploc for a gram, that's a regular country that's like this. They're making them in a factory.
For
legal.
jewelry.
There's no,
For
like
jewelry.
this. You could put an earring in there.
Yeah.
There's plenty of things you can do.
Yeah.
Why are you
Small
selling
pebble.
so many of them to this one bloke in Cleveland? He's probably got an eBay thing with
Got
all
an
the...
Etsy.
Yeah.
Little crystals, yeah.
He's into
Okay, next one.
rocks.
You know what was good about the musket?
It gave you a lot of time to think.
Calm down.
Calm
yeah.
down.
It gave you a lot of time to calm down.
We know that that's from.
Yeah, gun control.
And then the last quote, which I can't believe you've said this.
Right.
You take bacon and beer away from me, and I'll.
Fly a plane into a building.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I don't have either of those things anymore.
And I'm working on my pilot's license.
That joke has not aged well.
Just a matter of time.
All right,
What was that? What
everybody.
was that from?
It was something about Muslims and all that type of stuff. And it was like, no wonder they're grumpy. They can't have pork and they can't have alcohol. You take bacon and beer away from me, I'll fly a plane into a building.
Do you guys remember the George Carlin special where he said about blowing up New York City?
No.
Like it was like they don't show it anymore. And no,
Why?
and it was like a couple weeks after he was saying terrorists come get me right here right now. And I was like, I was in Colorado Springs performing like about 2 months after 9/11. It was on like 4 a.m. on the comedy. Remember HBO comedy?
Yeah.
And we're just like, what did he just say?
It was after 9/11, he said?
Yeah, it was like,
Ah,
like 2
I don't
months
remember
after.
that.
You know, like somebody. No, his special was like
He
5
watched
years
it
before
2 months
that.
after.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, wow, like no one was paying attention on HBO
He
comedy
was
at
like
4
this,
a.m.
What are they going to do? They're going to fly some planes in the world.
That was-
Trade
that was
Center?
crazy. I don't remember this joke.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of those things where almost like I remember me and my buddy looking like what, and I
Yeah.
never saw it again.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, now you can
Damn.
bring it back. It's been enough time.
Well, you have to
right.
go. It's 4 o'clock, mate.
Yeah, we got to go.
We got to go.
I had so much fun. Thank you guys for having
Thanks.
me.
You're welcome on
It's
the
always,
Yeah, of course.
You're
Always.
welcome on the Patreon whenever you want, man. If you're around, you come on whenever you want. And if you got another specialty topic, you can do that.
I literally would be drinking. I'm sure you have those.
done that one
Yeah,
already.
we've done that one. Yeah, I don't have too many things I can do.
Yeah. But
That's why I do stand up. What else can I? fucking
I'm
do?
without skills.
Yeah.
People always go, "What would you do if you went to stand up?" I don't know. I really don't. Be a bartender or something.
That was I used to do.
Yeah,
So
I
I
was-
can't even do that. I'm too old to do that now. Bend over and I can't.
Oh yeah, bartending's not easy work.
And it's a young girls. It's a hot girls game now. that no one cares.
Yeah, no, you would be in a dive bar. You'd be in a
Oh, yeah,
pub.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're just a hockey bar.
Which is where I'm at anyway.
Yeah,
I'd just be working.
Get around
It's so different from this side. How the other half live.
It was just easier. If I'm going to talk to you for an hour, I might as well do it without having to make drinks.
You know what I would do? I'd become a personal trainer and tell everyone I used to be 300 pounds.
Yeah. Look at me now.
I'll tell you what, the guys at 24 Fitness, those trainers were the worst people in shape at the whole gym.
Yeah.
They're like eating Cheetos and drinking like Coke, at their little desk.
Yeah.
They look worse than the people they're helping work out.
Those big gyms like that, they're always not.
Yeah, I don't think they get paid very much, so you wouldn't get somebody who's
you get I
really
can personal train you.
Put the cigarette out.
Yeah.
Get in there. You want to get some curls?
All right, we better go, everyone. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone who listened. We'll see you next week. Good night, Australia.